So having unsupportive friends or relatives is not an easy thing to say, especially if it's a relative. But I want to say from my experience, it's not bad, but you just got to get used to it. And this episode, I simply just want to discuss how you can be aware of them, but also how you can know if they're not for you if you don't know already. So when it came to me, when I first started a podcast, and even when I do certain things, even though it can be something that's not even related to the podcast, it can be different things, normal family stuff. You're going to have your bad days, your good days. But specifically when it comes to you doing something that's life-changing for you or committing to your life, purpose-wise, career-wise, whatever, this is what I could say. If they ever question what you do, I would be aware of them, because questioning can lead to them not probably believing in you or them not understanding what you're doing. I mean question, I don't just mean surface level type questioning like, oh, why are you doing this? No. I'm talking about like deeper. Because of course anyone's going to question you if it doesn't seem right, and you can't just get upset or offensive. But if it starts getting to a point where like it's really making you wonder, then I would just really be aware, because sometimes it can be a positive thing, but then sometimes it can be a negative as well. And that's where your opinion comes in, where you have to figure out if it's logically working for you. Which leads to the second thing, is second guessing yourself. They make you second guess yourself. How? By asking questions. By saying one thing, but then contradicting themselves, then making you contradict yourself, then making you double say what you say, then making you not know what you're saying. You have to know exactly where you're coming from. They have to know exactly where they're coming from. And if you know what you're saying is clear cut, and they keep over talking you, may not understand you, may already just underestimate what you do, I would just cut them off immediately. Because if they can't sit down and have a simple conversation with you, and it's only about them and what they think or how they feel, even if they're willing to listen to you, it can still be terrible. Especially if the next one I'm about to say is they talk behind your back without you knowing. They whisper, they say things, they assume things. They already judge you. I have experience with that when it comes to me doing my podcast. When I first started, they had questioned what I did. When I didn't want to get a job, they thought I was a loser. They thought I didn't know what I was doing. Not necessarily saying that they thought I was a loser, but I had the personality of it. Since I didn't do what I was doing, I was lazy. Quote unquote lazy, of course, because that's what they had called me. And they thought I had that personality of being a lazy person. But in reality, I was working behind the scenes on my computer, just grinding on what I was doing with the podcast and other stuff that I'm usually good at, with the skill set I'm good at. I didn't go get a job. And I had a right to do what I wanted to do at the time, because I was still a minor. Even though right now I'm an adult, I'm in college. Yes, I'm going to get a job now because my stuff isn't going successful. I even told my mom before I graduate high school, my junior year, that if this thing doesn't grow, I'm going to go get a job and save money and do what I have to do to invest back in this business, in my podcasting. You can have an idea, but you also got to know who to share it to. And if that particular friend or relative don't understand you, then you're just going to keep going a never-ending battle with them debating. Those are the clear-cut signs to know if they're not really supporting you. But here's what I want to give if they don't support you. Be yourself, because out of everything, you have to be yourself. And by being yourself, that means committing to what you're doing, committing to your word, being a man of your word, or being a woman of your word, and showing results. Show them the results. Once you show them the results, they'll see everything. Because most likely, you have people nowadays, especially when it comes to the relative space, if you're like dealing with parents, if you're a young person, they always have to see the results. And the results is good and all, but it won't get you nowhere. Because when you look at it from a practical standpoint, both ways here, the person following their purpose, having the results is good, but it could change. The person telling you to go follow the results they've achieved, go to college and I've done this and I've done this, may not work for them too. So you have to look at both sides. But in this scenario, I'm more biased towards the individual who's following their purpose. So when it comes to them having their results, which is you, show the results, show them the game you're playing, and let them know that you are boosting your XP. I learned that from a friend, Malik. Malik, if you're looking at this, shout out to you, man, and your YouTube channel. Go check out his channel, guys, Malik's Vote. And while y'all checking out his channel, make sure to subscribe and notification button to my video as well, and my channel. And the last thing I just want to say is find new people. If you can't get them to understand what you're doing, if you can't tell them no better and they don't listen, just get a whole group of new people. rather it's online, rather it's in person, however. And I want to speak particularly with people who are probably like me, who are still young, living in a house with relatives that may sometimes question what you do, especially if you were to drop out of college or work a job and not go to college, or just drop out your college or job in general to do your passion project. As long as you're making the money and you're doing what you're doing, don't worry about them. Get them out your mind. I understand it's hard. I understand it's a lot because I deal with it too, many occasions. When it doesn't relate to the content creation, it can be normal everyday things. They try to particulate saying, oh, if you're an entrepreneur, you can do that. If you're an entrepreneur, you don't do this. If you're an entrepreneur, you don't do that. Don't worry about it. And also, when it comes to you getting your rest and stuff, if you know how to manage your time right, manage it right. Don't worry about if they say entrepreneurs get up early, this and that. There are plenty of successful people who do not get up early, who do not get up late, and they have their own schedule. And I've been saying this for years. I've been agreeing with this term for years because even for me, I'm a person, I don't get up till 10. I don't get up at 8 or 7 or 6 and grind. I get up at 10 or 11 because I don't like getting up past 12, either 10 to 12, and I get my schedule going. And that's how you should be doing too. Please, if you're a person that truly wants to change your life, I recommend you to hit the like button, notification button, subscribe to this channel, and click the link down below so you can join the Substack community, because I'm working on the Substack so that you guys can probably get some more pointers through via reading blogs or watching videos through Substack. Maybe even seeing exclusive content if I put it up there. But anyways, my name is Brendan Brown. Thank you.